Well, hello. We're back. We're doing tier lists again. I was supposed to do this yesterday, but I had an absolute disaster. What I'm going to do in this video is I've got a couple of instruments next to me. I've got my guitar to my right, my keyboard to my left. So I thought I'll be a bit more interactive, play a few instruments and stuff like that, and don't know, it might be a bit fun. However, when I went to do that yesterday, again, same setup. I had the keyboard to my left, guitar to my right. This is a new guitar, by the way, that I'm still paying for. It's like £40 a month for a few months. Got all set up. I got about 5 seconds into the recording, just talking like I am now, and my guitar fell straight on its face and snapped into 2 pieces. I tried to play it off and thought, yeah, I'll carry on, you know, I'm not that materialistic, I'll just get over it. But no, it did really piss me off, so I just stopped, and I thought, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to play it. And then I thought, right, I'm not going to do any tier list, actually. I'm going to put on a game on the PlayStation and chill out and try and forget about it. So I put, I don't know if you've ever played Fall Guys. I used to play that quite a bit, maybe 2 years ago. I thought, oh, you know what? There's been a few seasons of Fall Guys. I'll get that on, you know, play that for maybe an hour. I'll forget about my worries. Get on it, and you have to pay for PSN to do it. It's like, you have to pay like 40 quid a month or something to be able to play that game. You just ruined my whole evening. But it's not about me. It's about Randy Newman. It's about Randall, and that's who we're going to speak about today. You know, it's a bit of a step away from what I've done in the previous videos. We've been doing, you know, big bands, big albums. We've been doing some of the best albums, you know, in pop history. But I thought, you know what, let's take it back. Let's do something that maybe not a lot of people know about, and we'll talk about Randy Newman's first album, which is, in my opinion, a fantastic, audacious first album. It is so well written. Like, all the songs are so good. And this is from, you know, I think he was 25 when he did this. 25-year-old guy writing songs of this quality. Randy Newman should be considered a national treasure in America, but for some reason he just doesn't get the plaudits he deserves for his work. He's got, I think, I watched a documentary the other day. I had seen it before, but I thought, oh, I'll have a little refresh on a bit of Randy Newman trivia. He's got 80,000 fans worldwide. I mean, as of 10 years ago. Might be a bit more than that now, but unbelievable that such a talented person sort of goes under the radar. You know, I don't suppose he's under the radar now in terms of his Pixar work and what he does for Disney. I mean, everyone knows, maybe not by name, but everyone knows, well, not him by name, but everyone knows the songs. Everyone knows stuff like Monsters, Inc., If I Didn't Have You, sorry. And Toy Story's You Got a Friend in Me. And, well, all the things off Toy Story. One of my favourite songs on Toy Story, it's that Strange Things when when Buzz is becoming Andy's new toy and Woody's, you know, starting to realise that he's no longer the favourite. Strange things are happening to me. Strange things. It's just real good. It's a real good song. But yeah, the first album is real good. A lot of these songs were penned for other artists, and I did do my research to an extent and listen to some of these songs that were recorded by other artists. You know, because Randy had got to a point, I think, where he was like, you know what, I've got enough here to put out my own album, do it in my own voice, and see, you know, how as I would like them recorded. So he goes ahead and does it. So I listened to, there was I think it was Love Story, maybe, was it Love Story, or it might have been a different one. I mean, Living Without You. Yeah, Living Without, right. There's a version of Living Without You. Look it up on YouTube. It's disgraceful. It's by Keith Shields, his name is. And it's just dreadful. I mean, if you listen to the original version, well, not the original, if you listen to the version that Randy's done compared to Keith Shields, you know, Randy's is very emotive, very well put together, really good instrumentation. Keith Shields has kind of just jumped on the 60s backwards guitar nonsense and put it in. He's made Living Without You from like a precious, you know, carefully put together love song, you know, into something completely useless and trying to be like a pop hit, and it's just dreadful. It was just dreadful. I couldn't believe it. But we'll get started anyway. We'll get started. Okie dokie. Love Story. Love Story's great. Love Story slaps. What an opener. What an opener for your catalogue to have something like Love Story. So I was gonna say in a lead into it, I was gonna say Randy Newman's like one of the king of lyrics, you know, sort of kings of lyrics. But I don't know. The opening lines to this are, "I like your brother, I like your mother, I like you, do 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 do, and you like me too, bow, 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 bow." But it's really good. Let's get the lyrics up because I've got some chords up here because I will be playing a little show later. Living, no, love story, love story. Randy Newman. I mean, I wish I could play this Keith Shields thing because it's dreadful. Lyrics. I like you, do 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 do, and you like me too. And straight away you got these strings coming in. You're going, okay, this is going to be sort of a rock kind of thing that you've got going here. Because the whole album, I've spoken a little bit about baroque in some of George Harrison's work in the Beatles, but this album is baroque. It is the mix of classical instrumentation, classical ideas, with pop and folk music. You know, modern at the time pop and folk music. And it's really well done. But I just love that this story, it's, well, you know, it is a story, that's why it's called Love Story. But this is just a story of two people that meet. I'm just going to have a little bit of my water here. The two people that meet, fall in love, and then at the end, they kind of go into a home and die together. But it's just really well done. I'll buy a ring, we'll hire a band, and this is just really clever stuff, but like basic, really easy, but like really well done. With an accordion, then the accordion comes in, doodle doo doo, violin, doo 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 doo, and you hear those two instruments, and a tenor who can sing. Now I don't know whether Randy is supposed to be the tenor. He's certainly not a falsetto. I'd say that he's talking about himself there, but I don't know. But then you got this this chorus that just takes you away, and he does this a lot during the album, is that he shifts the song into such a different territory, and it takes you by surprise, but then it shifts back so easily, which obviously I must imagine is a hard skill to do. I don't think in any of my songs ever that I've managed to shift music as much as people like Randy Newman, and maybe like he said in an interview, like Harry Nilsson and Van Dyke Parks and people like that. They're just used to using these orchestral instruments to move songs into different territories. Whereas, you know, other bands at the time were just figuring out, oh well, you can just hit a snare a different way, or you can or do a run on the bass to change where you're going with the song. But you know, these guys were just using classical elements to move their songs around. It's really good here. I mean, it goes into like the staccato strings. Staccato means like a wavering effect on the strings. So it's like, and they do that on the strings. And it's like, you and me, baby, you and me. And there's like some tension about it, you know, even though it's been this lovely love song so far. He brings in this massive tension with all these different strings doing staccato. And you're thinking, well, this is weird because, you know, it was quite nice up to now, but now it's got this really unusual string section. It's making me feel almost a little nervous about what's happening. We'll have a kid, and back down, and again, back down seamlessly to what the verses are. And you've just got it just piano on its own and him singing, and then the strings come in again. But I thought this line was great. So this is like kind of like your perfect love story, and it's been really nice so far. And then suddenly, we'll have a kid, maybe we won't one. He's got to be straight, we don't want a bent one. Now, I don't know whether I'm reading that, you know, in a way that's the wrong way. As I say, let's hope I'm reading it wrong. But what I take from that is that they don't want a gay kid. And I think the reason he's done it and said it in this song, because he does use a lot of not taking the piss, but it's like satirizing American life and American culture. And I imagine, you know, back then, 50s, 60s, being gay was still a big problem in a lot of places in America. It was still something that would be considered wrong, I suppose. And he's saying here that even though this is the perfect love story so far, you know, we're talking about this boy and this girl having the perfect life together. And there's this little bit of homophobia still, you know, in like a perfect love story. You've still got this element that's quite dark and it's quite, you know, still quite wrong. And It's just really clever. Someday he may be president if things loosen up. You and me. Back to the staccato. And then this, and then I think like we were mentioning before about I'm jumping around too much. I'm going to calm down and try and slow down a bit. But you know, this is the first tier list I've done in a few days. You know, I got the White Album one out of the way, and I just didn't have it in me for well. I'll tell you the story, man. I did 4 tier lists in a row. You know, I had the idea. Then when I sat down to do the first one, I thought that was great. So I did the second one the next day, and did the third one the next day. Then I did White Album on the 4th day, alongside working 2 of those days. 3 of those days, sorry. No, 2 of those days. And yeah, I just came back after work on it would have been the Tuesday, and basically collapsed in a heap on the floor. Well, not on the floor, I make it sound worse than it is, but I came back and I was just absolutely shattered. I'd obviously worked myself, had like a physical breakdown. And yeah, I didn't do one for a week. I didn't do a tier list. I mean, this is the tier list a week later. And it was going to be yesterday until I broke my own guitar. But, you know, I need to take a break. We'll probably start doing maybe 1 or 2 of these a week now. And I think it was worth doing the 4 in a row just to find my feet with it and have a bit of fun with it and see what works and what doesn't. I mean, I'm still going to figure that out as we go along, but I think I have a basis for what I'm doing here now. But yeah, we're on to this bit. I'll take the train into the city every morning. Then you have the bass podding in, boom, 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 boom. You may be playing, but I think you're pretty in the morning. Do-doom, do-doom, doom. And it's just these lyrics are proper easy, but they do paint a picture. And that's what's really good. Some nights we'll go out dancing if I'm not too tired. You wouldn't expect that in a song, would you? I mean, that's what's great about it, is that it's just real, you know. And some nights we'll go out dancing if I'm not too tired. You know, maybe another writer would go, and some nights we'll go out dancing. You know, I'm trying to think of a dance. Ballerina on the floor or something like, or down in the old mill bar or something. But no, he's kept it real and gone if I'm not too tired, because I do work a lot. I take the train into the city every other day, like I'm tired, so you know, maybe not every night. Some nights we'll sit romancing, watching the late show by the fire. And then, yeah, it just ends really calmly. They'll send us away to a little home in Florida. We'll play checkers all day till we pass away. And you got the strings, doom, 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 doom. It's really nice. It's a really nice song, and it is a banger. You know, it's like this. I wanted to call it a medley, but it's not a medley in a way. It is a story, and it moves through all these different bits. And it's just a really clever song by a really clever musician. Starting, you know, I wish my first song on my first album was like that. I don't know what my first song. Sweet Stairs, the first song on my first album. I think that's kind of original, actually. I was gonna try and kick myself then and say how shit, but I actually quite like Sweet Stairs. This doesn't matter. Okie dokie. So that's Love Story. Yeah. Okay. Love Story in a nutshell. It is slaps. It might be the top slaps. I'll have to think about it. But it's amazing. I mean, if you've not heard, I can't imagine you'll be watching this video if you don't like Randy Newman. But if you are on this video off the back of maybe Beatles or Beach Boys, and you've thought, I've never really listened to Randy Newman. He's a Toy Story guy, yeah. Go listen to his first album. Go listen to his second and third album, actually, for that matter. 12 songs is well good. That's the second album. And Sail Away is incredible. Sail Away, as mentioned in the Beach Boys tier list, was one of the inspirations for the Pet Sounds tier list for the Pet Sounds album. So it's certainly worth a listen to. Sail Away. If I was going to suggest one to you, it'd be Sail Away. So many good songs on there. Okay. Slow down. I'm just excited to be doing a new tier list, you know. Very excited. Bet No One Ever Hurt This Bad. I like Bet No One Ever Hurt This Bad. But it might change later. Which picture is it? Oh, it's the guy. Sit by my window and watch the rain. I feel it beating on my window pane. What makes me so sad? Bet no one ever hurt this bad. Boom, 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 boom. Bet no one ever hurt this bad. You know, I've still not had one comment on any of my damn videos. Oh, well, I had one comment, but it was from my mate being silly. But someone comment and tell me whether jumping between the lyrics and back onto the thing is doing your head in or not. Because I don't mind doing it. I don't mind looking at lyrics and doing this, but I can imagine it get quite annoying. Oh yeah, I like this one. Alright, okay. Why did I put it in filler? I put it in filler because I don't think it belongs on this album in particular. Because a lot of the other songs, so you got this one and you've got maybe Beehive State as well. Is it called Beehive State? Yeah, Beehive State and this one belong on the next album, in my opinion. Maybe not thematically, but certainly instrumentally. They feel like they would fit on 12 songs better. That's why I'm going to put this and possibly Beehive State in filler. But it doesn't mean it's not a good song. It is a banger. That's the thing. If it was on 12 songs, it'd be banger. But because it's on this album, and this album has so many other things going for it with the instrumentation and the classical elements, and some of the production in this is used so well, I just don't think this fits. It just feels like more like a folky rock song in a way, whereas some of these feel like proper baroque pop, baroque folk songs are really good. But yeah, this one, I mean, I like the lyrics. Again, we were talking about Randy Newman being like a genius with lyrics. He is. Like, it's just, you read this and you think, man, it's not that, like, great. Ringo could have wrote this. Since you went away, I can't face the day. The night brings nothing but pain. Thought I could go on. I see that I was wrong. Baby, please come home. I just can't stand to be alone. But it's his... It's the way he delivers it that's really good. Since you get, this is the bit when it goes down on the drums. So you've got, my baby left me, now I'm alone. Bum, 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 wait for the letter, and I sit by the phone of the troubles I've had. Bet no one ever heard this bad. Bum, 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 bum. Since you went away, I can't face the day. Life brings nothing but pain. And it just really works. But, you know, it's just an easy to follow set of lyrics. But he delivers them really well. Somebody somewhere hear my plea, brum, 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 and send my baby back home to me. It makes me so glad. No, it would make me so glad. Bet no one ever heard this bad. Do, 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 do. But yeah, it's really good, isn't it? It's a really good song. But I think it would be suited better to 12 songs and maybe not this album. I think you could drop Beehive and drop Bet No One Ever Heard This Bad from this album and replace it with two different songs from different albums. But that's me being harsh, because I guarantee if I didn't have that opinion on these two songs, that there would not be a filler on this album. And that's the problem, is I need to have some filler, because it's not a perfect album. No album's perfect. What are we on to? So I think that's all I had to say about that one. But no one ever heard this bad. Ding, 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 man, you went away, living without you. I think it's that one. Okay, I think it slaps harder than Love Story. So this is one of the ones I wanted to play for you, actually. So I did a cover of this years ago. I was still in college. I was in second year of college, so I would have been, don't know, 18, 19, no, 20 I would have been. Would have been 20. And it was one of the covers I'd recently bought my Yamaha keyboard off one of my mates for £100. And it is still with me now. It's the one that's next to me here on the sofa. It's awesome. It's got like 800 instruments on it. You know, it might not sound the greatest, but there's so much scope to play with on it. It's incredible. But yeah, I did a cover of this with the keyboard and a bit. It might have not even had guitar in it, to my recollection. But yeah, I learned it the other day because I was listening to it and I was like, man, I remember doing that. So I thought I'd learn it and maybe play it on the video and see what you think. I'll turn the microphone down so I don't actually blow everyone's ears off. And then we'll give it a go because I really enjoy this. I'm going to get this on auto scroll. The milk truck hauls the sun up, the paper paper hits the door. The subway shakes my floor, and I think about you. Time to face the dawning grey of another lonely day. Baby, it's so hard living without you. Baby, it's so hard. Baby, it's so hard. Baby, it's so hard living without you. Everyone's got something, and they're out trying to get some more. They got something to get up for, but I ain't about to. Nothing's gonna happen, nothing's gonna change. But baby, it's so hard living without you. Baby, it's so hard. Baby, it's so hard. Baby, it's so hard living without you. Baby, it's so hard. Baby, it's so hard. Baby, it's so hard living without you. Hey, that was nice. That was lovely. What a lovely song. Okay. Yeah, but that just makes me feel so nice when I listen to that song and when I play it too. I think it's beautiful. Let's get we had the lyrics here. But like the opening lyric, man. The milk truck hauls the sun up and the paper hits the door. Instantly, you get this like, I go to say vision every time, but you get this such like big image, not big, but it's just this image in your head straight away, and you're just thinking, man, that's like really good writing straight away, like really good writing. The subway the subway shakes my floor. The subway shakes my floor, and I think about you. You just got this proper imagery straight away. You're thinking, man, this guy's like in this dingy place, you know, near the subway, near the trains, in the city. And you've got all this stuff going on. Time to face the dawning grey of another lonely day. Baby, it's so hard living without you. And it's just so good. It's just so nice. And just this. I mean, I can't even remember how his goes now that I've sung mine. It comes down, doesn't it? And you've got all these timpanis coming in. It's so hard. Oh, his snares that build it up. Time to face the dawning grey of another lonely day. So he's like, you know, you could tell he's just in the city, isn't he? He's in the city, he's next to the subway, he's like, you know, it's just grey and down. And he's obviously split up with his girlfriend, and he's just having a real hard time. He paints that picture, and then when it comes down, it's so hard, it's so... Alright, my impression of Randy can really go from one extreme to the other. Living without you. You know, it goes down after the doon 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 doon, and then you've got complete silence, and then just these guitars come in and this strings come in, and they're all building up. There's again, it's like a tension in Love Story. It's so hard, baby, it's so hard living without you, and it all builds up when you have the snare there. But I just think it's great. I mean, listen to the song. It's just so good. I hope my version was good. I quite enjoyed my version. I think it was all right. I might record that for real. But I'll pop that on the channel as just its own bit. As heard on the Randy Newman Tierlist or whatever. But yeah, it's such a nice song. This album's so good. And that is a slaps for sure. The way it moves around, the instrumentation. I mean, we didn't even speak about... The verses have this really nice, I don't know what it is, it might be a wall of sound thing, but it sounds like a guitar and a harpsichord kind of merged together. It's like do 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 do, and it just sounds real nice, real cute. Okay. But it's great, yeah. Let's move on. Oh, this is the one with the Keith Shields thing, man. It's so bad. So bad. Such a bad cover. But yeah, the way it swells in those choruses. So hard living without you. So Long Dad. That was another one that was just had a really bad cover. Manfred Mann did a version, and again, it was just kind of like 60s, like Britpop nonsense. I don't know what it was, or beat, Brit beat, or whatever it's called. It's shocking, anyway. So Long Dad. That's a picture of the dad saying bye. I like it. I think it fits on the album really well, and it's a banger. I don't think it's quite slaps, but get the lyrics up for that, because this one's another. It's like a story, isn't it? I stopped for a moment to listen to Randy Newman. I'm getting good at editing now, you see. So you seamless. You won't even know I went away to do that. You won't even know. It's because I couldn't remember when I listened to my own version. I bet this doesn't come up with. Oh, it comes up with Manfred Mann's version. But nah, I don't want to listen to that. Randy Newman lyrics. Home again. The streets are not much cleaner. The quaint old south side scenery. It's quaint no more, just older than before. And I bet that sounds absolutely ridiculous, but when you hear the song, there's such good instrumentation with the strings. It moves around so well. Up the stairs and down the hallway to my daddy's door. Your son is home, dad. He found a girl. So you know the song's basically him going back home to show his dad his new girlfriend, and it's like it's just this little meeting, just this little 1 hour meeting, and he brings so much into it. So I think you like it, Dad. I hope you do, but if you don't, that's all right too. So he's kind of like, you don't know, is he just not bothered about his dad's opinion, or is he like worried about what his dad will say? Does he want to impress his dad in some way? There's so many different things you can take from it. What's new? And then the timbre of the song changes, the mood of the song changes, and I think it's his dad saying this to him. What's new? Do you still work at the drugstore? Doodle, is that true? Doodle, still polishing the same old floor. And it's just really like interesting. It's gone sort of conversational. Well, this whole bit's sort of conversational. And his dad just has this different timbre in the song, and it makes you feel a bit uneasy, really, with the way that the strings are. But I'm glad to see ya. But then it's the last line that I really like. Come and see his papa when you can. There'll always be a place for my old man. Just drop by when it's convenient too. Be sure to call before you do. And it's kind of like, you're welcome round whenever you want, but make sure to call so that we can tell you that we're not in. Basically, because I don't want to see you. And it's hilarious. It's like, man, I relate to that. I see friends on the street. Oh man, what you up to? Yeah, I'm doing this and doing that. But yeah, you should drop by. You should drop by when when you're free. Yeah. And you just drop me a line, give me a message, and and we can do something. And they message you that night. I get a message at 8:30. Oh, you still up for doing something? I'm like, oh shit. No, sorry, no, I've got to do this thing somewhere else, so no. But it's just an excuse for the character in this to say to his dad, oh no, we're out, we've gone to Brooklyn this week, so. But yeah, it's a really good song. With Randy Newman's so good at taking moments and making stories out of them, or taking stories and making them really interesting. And you'll see a bit more of that as we go along. I mean, let's look at the track listing on this. So I think He's Hiding's very interesting. But Cowboy's a really good song. Beehive State, we'll get onto that one. I mean, even though it might be filler, I might change, but I'm not sure. But yeah, So Long Dad's great. Just a little story about someone going home to show his dad his new girlfriend, and there's just kind of a bit of tension around it and a little bit of the character feels uneasy, the character we're following anyway, about the whole thing. And then he obviously ends it with a little joke, and it's what Randy Newman's good at. He's good at telling jokes as well. But yeah, I think that's all I had to say about that. I mean, we're already, I don't know, we're 35 minutes in, but I've done a few little jumps out of the video, so maybe about 25 minutes in, 30 minutes in. But it's really cool. It's a really nice song. We'll move on. So long. Do 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 do. I think he's hiding. I think he's hiding. I think he's hiding. It's a dog hiding. I'm gonna put it at top banger. Now, I literally only wrote about God ? And I think it is about God. But we'll get the lyrics up. Randy Newman does write songs about religion. I assume he's an atheist. Randy Newman. I think he's hiding. If the big boy comes tomorrow. Yeah. I thought, it's what I took from it, but maybe we'll look at the meaning, maybe. I can't imagine there's a meaning on Google for this. If the big boy comes tomorrow, there'll be no teardrops, there'll be no more sorrow. If the big boy comes tomorrow, will he take you with him? I just thought that's God. God's come down and decided who gets to come with him and who doesn't. Have you been good, have you been bad? If you haven't lived the way you should, we'll wish you had. If the big boy... I don't know. The lyrics scream to me. God or Jesus or something to do with religion. And it's, it's like the American culture, believing in God and thinking that God's going to come and change everything for them and take them with him if they do well in their life. Or, when the big boy brings his fiery furnace, will he like what he sees, or he strike the fire and burn us, He's so great, he's so straight. And again, is that a homophobia thing again? Oh, he's so great. And he's so straight. And he's watching. Have you been good? Come and look at what we've done. What you gave us. Now I've heard it said that our big boy's dead. But I think he's hiding. I think he's hiding. I think he's hiding. But yeah, it's really good, isn't it? I'm always interested in the song. I don't think there's strings or anything in it, as far as I remember. It was just a basic drums and piano sort of thing. Have you been good? Bump, 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 bump. Yeah, and there's like a really cool bass line in it that slides up and down, but a pretty basic sort of instrumentation. But it's just a really fun idea. Again, he's taking the idea of God. He's called him a big boy, and just spoken about what might happen if he comes down and what he's like. It's really simple lyrics, but really well written. You know, you're listening to it thinking, what is this and what does it mean? And I'm still wondering, but I think it is about God. You know, man, I need to not do some. I need to do some nasty tier lists, don't I? Really, which one was it? I think he's hiding. It's there, but I out of necessity, I've put bet no one ever heard this bad down here. But I think realistically, it is up here. For real, it is definitely there. But out of fairness, for actually splitting these songs up and not having everything in slaps and banger, I have to put it down there. But maybe I should do a bad album. Maybe I should take a shit album that I think would be funny to take the piss out of. Maybe do like Nickelback next week. Look at his graph. Look at his photograph. Every time I make him laugh. What is that on Johnny's head or whatever it is? Oh, Nickelback, so bad. I hate Nickelback. I don't know what that video was, but wait, I'm gonna look it up because it's hilarious. But it's like Avril Lavigne and Chad Kroeger song. I can't watch it. Let Me Go, feat Chad Kroeger. But like, oh, it was so bad. I just remember it being like there's like a 45-second bit at the start where they basically just like shamelessly advertised the Samsung new Samsung phone that like doesn't get wet or something. And so she's on it and she's like got Chad Kroeger on FaceTime or something. She's like, or BBL or whatever it is, because it is quite a while ago, 2013. Man, it's nearly 10 years ago. I remember it so well. But she's like, yeah, we'll get you again on WhatsApp or Bebo later. And then she puts her phone in a glass of water and she's like, uh-oh, what did I do that for? And then she pulls it out and goes, OMG, it works fine still. And then the song starts and it's absolutely dreadful. But yeah, what was I talking about? What have I started talking about here? Yeah, yeah. Let's do Nickelback. Let's do a Nickelback album next week. I'm not really gonna do a Nickelback. I can't bring myself to do that. I don't know. It might be funny. Maybe we can do that. I'd have to put a picture on the front. You may see if you've looked at my thumbnails recently that I've improved them to make them more meme-orific. I'd have to put a mega meme on the Nickelback so people know I'm not taking it seriously. All right, so we're on to I think He's Hiding is just great. I mean, it's got a good feel to it. I always feel like not on edge, like it's a fun on edge. When I listen to the song, I'm thinking, what is this about? And again, I think he's hiding. The idea. It's almost like the way he sings it makes you wonder where this person is. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but it's great. Okay. Let's get on to Linda. I like Linda. It slaps. I don't know. Linda. Linda's the carousel one. And he's up here. It's better than I Think He's Hiding. I think it's up here. I might just be biased because I love the song, but it's well good. So it's like proper themed. In our White Album video, we were talking about Rocky Raccoon, Rocky Raccoon in particular. I was going to say Bungalow Bill, but Rocky Raccoon more so is such a themed song. I need to turn the microphone up again, but it's such a theme song. And this is very much the same. So it's we'll get the lyrics up. Is that this guy, our protagonist? Lyrics. Our protagonist is walking through. Maybe it might be like a derelict carnival area. Of course, by Rosalia Tokiska. Que ses tia, heyan teteo, e horitareon, calejon con capito, asa, cuiracia, vamo a Charlino. I mean, that's definitely the way the song goes. I'll get off that. Linda. 7 ships without a sail. 7 cats without a tail. Do boy, it's weird here on this old spooky pier night. Do blow frightened, and then it goes down, 'cause I know what it is to do. Everything was just the same as it was to do. But I'm in trouble, 'cause Linda, she hurt me so badly. She said she'd be here on our special pair. I love her, and it goes and then this whole carousel, and always in the headphones it sounds like it's going round in like a circular motion. The carousel's playing, but I merry-go-round, 'cause I remember what it meant to you. Now, what's interesting is that it's bringing me down. When it goes to bring me down, you've got a diddle-diddle-diddle with the instruments. It's kind of like some sort of woodwind maybe and guitar that does it. I can't quite remember. And then it might be the woodwind and brass here that comes in. 'Cause I remember what it meant to you. It goes boom, 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 and then it goes in to the solo then, which is all woodwind and brass. Down, 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 ba ba boom, 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 but down, 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 Linda, and again it's back to the start again. Linda, I love ya, do do. It's just really cool. The main thing I love about the song, like I was saying, was the theme is that it's about being on this spooky old pier in the fair with the carousel and the merry-go-round, and then the song actually sounds like it as well. It's really cool. Randall S. Newman. I don't know what's his name. Randall S. Newman. Randy. I never heard the S. Is it? Oh, I wonder what his middle name is. Randall Shaw Newman. Randall Stewart Newman. I would never guess Stewart. Maybe something more Jewish. I don't know. Is he Jewish? I don't know. I just assume he is. I mean, is that racist? Am I being racist? I don't think so. He's definitely Jewish, Randy Newman. Okay. But yeah, Linda's great. I love that song. I think it's awesome. But yeah, I think you're not getting a good idea from the way I'm explaining it. But to this point, we've got some very baroque songs. We've got some very well put together, orchestrated stuff. And you got to remember that it's Randy Newman is the writer. But Van Dyke Parks, who's a very interesting person. Again, this is a very niche person to be listening to. If you ever find a chance, go listen to Van Dyke Parks. Van Dyke Parks is the guy. There's an album I really like, which you can't even find on Spotify. I don't know, that's how sort of weird it is. Well, how sort of niche it is. Is it even on here? No. Wait, I mean, is this... There's film. Where's his discography? Okay, so on his discography, main article. But Van Dyke Park's just really good at putting together these bits of classical inspiration alongside sort of upbeat, maybe more pop and folk elements. Jump is the album I was thinking of. Jump's great. I can't even remember what it's for. It's got Broadway musical ideas and jazz. It was an accompaniment to a children's book. The album and its accompanying children's book called Jump. This is a great album. Look Away is amazing. Look away, look away. Now that's very, very Broadway musical. So get the lyrics up for Look Away. I'll get well off track here, but you'll understand why, I suppose. If you listen to this album and then listen to Van Dyke Parks, you'll hear why. Van Dyke Parks recently did an album called A Girl Called is it Is, or maybe the album's called Is. It's YS. Look away, look away. That's not the Look away lyrics. Van Dyke Parks. I wonder why in the great reunion in that by and by. Look away, look away. First come serve will be president. It's awesome. You won't even know. You won't even know unless you hear it. I could probably get away with playing that song on this bloody channel because it won't get taken down because like no one's ever heard of it. It's really cool though. But yeah, Van Dyke Parks, really good producer. A really good musician in his own right, and he's on this album. I don't know whether he's on further albums for Randy Newman, but if you listen to a bit of Van Dyke Parks and listen to this album, you'd realise how much of wow, we've really gone through a lot of nonsense here. Wait, Look Away. I'm trying to just find the album again. Here it is. But yeah, if you listen to Van Dyke Parks, he's got I think he's got a really big part in what's happening with this album. Randy Newman's obviously the guy. He wrote it and he's singing it and he's performing it and he's doing what he does. But Van Dyke Parks is very much a great producer and a great musician in his own right. I just wonder how much he really had to do with it. Not taking away from Randy, I think it was a really good thing they did together. But yeah, moving on. Laughing boy, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. So someone hung themselves to this song and kept it on repeat in wherever, the flat or the house they were in. I think that's crazy. It's a weird one. I don't know what I wrote about. Laughing boy wasn't much. Laughing boy, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. It just has a really weird sort of structure, doesn't it? Laughing boy lyrics. By Duran Duran. I don't even know. I don't even know how that goes. Newman. Find a clown. So yeah, you've got, again, it's kind of like this bit reminds me of the you and me, baby, because it's got full of tension. I always thought it was just, it just felt like these lyrics were about the grind, is that you just got to keep your face on, you got to keep moving, and you got to laugh about it. But really, you know, it's quite hard to keep up with the grind. I recently got a promotion in, I mean, what's the thing you do with your fingers? In inverted commas. Promotion at work the other week because someone left. And, oh, brother, I got a lot of work, doing a lot of work at the moment. Very tired boy. Yeah, I remember listening to this last week and thinking, man, I really want to hang myself right now. Not really. But I like that it has this really like upbeat, weird, unusual bit, and then it goes to nothing. It just goes to this piano. Find a clown, grind him down. He may just be laughing at you. An unprincipled and uncommitted clown can hardly be permitted to sit around and laugh at what the decent people try to do. Laughing boy, keep moving, and it goes back to it. It's a weird structure because you take this. This is an A. It's not an A. So let's say we break the structure up. In a normal song, like, let's listen to a song by the Beatles, for instance. Or do like, hey Jude, don't make it bad. Do you do that? That's one verse. A. It's good. Let's denote A as the verse. We'll denote B as the chorus, C as the bridge. And what you find in most songs is, if for Hey Jude instance, you've got A, B, which is verse, chorus, verse, maybe another verse, chorus, and then you'll have a bridge, and then you'll maybe have the chorus. So something like that, you know. You've got these standard ways of making sort of poppy songs, A, B, or A, B, A, C, B. But this is just an unusual one because it's just A. It's not even a chorus, that really. What is it? You got A, B, A. I mean, an unprincipled and uncommitted is a little bit different to that, but is it its own part? So this could maybe be an A, B, C, A. But it's just an unusual thing. You know, you've just basically got to start, different part, start again. It's really weird. Really cool, though. Really cool. I like the song. Laughing Boy's good. Again, it fits the album. Picture the Joker. It fits the album. I don't think it's as good as So Long Dad, because So Long Dad's a little bit more relatable, maybe is the word I'm looking for. But you know, I thought this was going to be shorter than the Simon & Garfunkel one, but it isn't. And we've still got 2 more songs to play. Oh my god, Cowboy! I love Cowboy. Cowboy, do do do, can run, can hide. Too late to fight now. Too tired to try. And it's up there. It might be up here. I think it's better than Linda, honestly. Yeah, so the idea of Cowboy, it's so good. I really thought, again, it's like, the metaphor in it's really good. And I'd never really thought about it until I listened to it the other day. But I won't keep the lyrics up for too long, because I kind of know what I want to say. I just want to read them quickly. Cowboy can run, can hide, it's too late. I can't believe it. Alright, let's put Cowboy lyrics in. Kid Rock. What? Miranda Lambert. If I was a cowboy, who the hell is that? Who in the Lord? Miranda Lambert is an American country music singer. Started out in 2001 when she released a self-titled debut album independently. In 2003, she finished in 3rd place in Nashville Star. Oh dear. I know, it's probably not that bad. Songs that start like this just don't agree with me, really. Whoa, whoa. I imagine that it's really, really country. Riding off in the sunset, doodle-doo, blue eyes under my Stetson. A little later on the front porch, wishing my heart would start settling. Big iron hips with the holsters. Don't know what. And where's the chorus? Is the chorus? Whoa, 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 oh, whoa, oh, oh. Oh yeah, sitting pretty on a prairie, baby. I'm your huckleberry, let me hold ya. So mamas, if your daughters grow up to be... What? Isn't that just stolen? So mamas, if your daughters grow up to be cowboys, so what? What am I thinking that's stolen from? Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. Now, that from San Andreas, from GTA. Now, that is a good song. Oh, they'll never be home. Never. Way off point. What are we doing? What are we actually doing? Yeah, I got energy today, though. Usually not got this much energy after work. Cowboy. It's completely lost. Miranda Lambert. No, I don't want to look at Miranda Lambert anymore. Cowboy lyrics. Cowboy can run, can hide. So simple. Cold grey buildings where a hill should be. Steel and concrete closing in on me. City faces haunting places I roam alone. Cowboy can't buy, can't run, can't hide. Too late to fight now. Too tired to try. When the ones blew free, now scatters dust to the sky. Cowboy, cowboy can't run. It's just really nice. And I think what I took from the song is that it was about, you know, a cowboy. For instance, it was about a cowboy that's obviously noticed that maybe industrialization would be the word for it, but you know, all these buildings and big cities are popping up around the desert and around where he calls home, and it doesn't sit right with him, and he's used to the wilderness and sort of nature a bit more than that, and he feels out of place and maybe feels a bit alienated by it. That's looking at it, you know, exactly as it's said, but I think it's a metaphor for maybe feeling a little bit out of place and maybe not feeling like you belong in a certain place. It's really good. Metaphor or not, whether I'm taking it too seriously or not, I think it's a great song. The instrumental's really good as well. There are some bits on the instrumental where you feel like you're part of this Western atmosphere, or you're part, you know, that this is about a cowboy, and you get these images again. It's all about these painting these images in your head, and this is what Randy Newman's really good at. But yeah, Cowboy, awesome. Are people gonna be watching this one about Randy Newman? I think it's niche enough to find people, maybe. But you know, if you come across it, leave a like and a subscribe. It's all I want. I only want one subscribe. One subscribe will change my life. One like will change my life. You know, it's just waiting patiently for it. You know, next person to like and subscribe gets a free birthday shout out from me whenever it is. I know what you want. You're not getting money because I'm not getting money. Next song, Beehive State. Okay, this is one that I wanted to play, so we'll give it a go. I don't really know why I'm playing them, to be honest. I mean, I should really. These tier lists will come out. If I have to, like, maybe it'd be a better idea to learn all the songs on the tier list, or most of them, on the keyboard or the guitar, and then it'd be a bit more, you know, interactive with you. But we'll see. I mean, it'll be like every song will be every tier list will be super sporadic if I do that. I'll be only doing maybe one a week at that rate. But yeah, I think it'd be fun. I need to set up a desk, really, because literally, if you look at me now, I've got these bongos holding up the damn microphone. I've got a keyboard sat over my lap, which isn't good enough. I don't really have movement on it at all. But yeah, what I like about it is just static piano. This is why I think it probably belongs on 12 songs a bit more than it does on this. It's the feel of it. Since you're the delegate from Kansas, will you kindly take the floor and tell us what is Kansas thinking, and tell us what is Kansas for? Well, we gotta irrigate our deserts, we gotta find some things to grow, we gotta tell this country about Utah, because nobody seems to know. This is quite fun, isn't it? It's a fun one. I mean, we're talking about it's a narrator, isn't it? Sort of singing the song. And oh, what have I done? Fucking keyboard, man. What is this? Yeah, so it has songs on it as well that you can play. Oh, this would have suited me. All right, so when we do Scarborough Fair, to Scarborough Fair, Rosemary, and time. I don't even know how to stop this. What? Man, what is this? There's a really good one on this though. I think it's called like B. Bailey. Yeah, listen to it. This is how cool this is. Well, baby. Fucking silly that. But sorry, I got me sidetracked. I accidentally pressed that button. Bloody song's going. Scarborough Fair followed by B. Bailey. You got a little bit of that. Maybe the video will get taken down for that. I mean, listening to some of this Yamaha music on the keyboard. But yeah, so Beehive State. It's a really simple song. It's just a song. The narrator is maybe someone in the crowd. Oh wait, no, hold on. It's just about someone who's the delegate for this county. Is like a mayoral delegate. And is being asked questions. What can he do? What can I do for you? And it's back and forth. And it's just simple ideas. It's just like a little rally, and the mayor might be there, and the person who wants to be the mayor's there, maybe just talking about it. And I don't know. I don't know much about Utah, so there's probably a little bit more in terms of what they would turn the microphone up a little bit again, but in terms of what their place is about, I imagine they're a desert town. But yeah, it's just a really cool idea, and it's just fun. And again, it's a fun one. It doesn't belong on this album, though. And it's like with these two, and maybe even with I Think He's Hiding, I think these three are kind of, he's already figured out what he wants to do. He's already thinking about 12 songs. But he may as well do these songs, because he wants to, and throw these on just to make it long enough, you know what I mean? I don't think that's the thought process, but that's the way it comes across, because that's Utah especially, so Beehive State especially feels like it should be on 12 songs. Now maybe I'm reading into that wrong, because 12 songs maybe is a bit more thematically different from this, but instrumentally this song, especially Beehive and Sit By My Window, should maybe be on the next album. Not that they're not good. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too harsh. Maybe that can go there. I'm going to put that, because it is banger. It is a banger. I'm happy to leave that in filler. It's not that it's not a banger, but it's not as good as Beehive State. Okay, I think that's fair. But yeah, I think it's a really cool idea. Beehive State, I think it's great. It's a great little idea about, sort of a mayoral rally in town, and they're just discussing what can be done for Utah. And there's a really good line at the end. We got to tell this country about Utah because nobody seems to know, which is great. It leads into some of his later stuff when he does songs about other counties and parts of America that are really in desperate need. This one's maybe a bit more tongue in cheek about Utah. But, in later albums, he does some really, emotional songs about, what's the one he does that's like, beat up seagull on a marble arch, waiting for the ocean, looking everywhere. Oh, Baltimore, ain't no... Yeah, Baltimore, ain't no way to live or something. It's really good. Man, it's hard just to live. Just to live. So I think It's Gonna Rain Today is the best song on the album. Because it's so emotional. So what's the one I've put next to that? Living Without You. between these two, I just think I think It's Gonna Rain Today stands. I don't know. Is it better? Maybe. I think It's Going to Rain Today is beautiful though, isn't it? So like, it's split up into two parts, essentially. Scarecrows dressed in the latest styles, and the two parts being that the first half of the song is done on piano, and it's a very sort of intimate first minute and 20 seconds, and then the second half is done instrumentally with strings and maybe a little bit of woodwind. I can't remember quite exactly, but it's very much more an orchestral half of the song. And when that orchestral half of the song comes in, it hits home so hard. I never really like even get the lyrics that much, but maybe that's the beauty of it. I think It's Gonna Rain Today. Rain Today. Randy lyrics. I mean, the amount of times I've probably just put Randy lyrics in. Broken windows, and it's the way he sings it. Like, he's not even singing it. It's just like quietly, mentioning it. In empty hallways, pale dead moon, sky streaked with grey. I love that line. I don't even know what it means. Human kindness overflowing, things going, rain a day. Scarecrows dressed in the latest styles, with throws and smiles they chase love away. Human kindness is overflowing, I think it's gonna rain today. Lonely, lonely, just that as its own, he does these lines. Lonely, and then all the strings come in and makes it sound dead weird. Tin can at my feet, kick it down the street, that's the way to treat a friend. Right before me, signs implore me to help the needy and show them the way. Human kindness overflowing, think it's gonna rain today. It's just really nice. I mean, I ran through it real quick there. Maybe that was one to learn, but I think you might have got bored of me doing it because the song itself is better with Randy doing it. It's so nice. Like I said, it's split into your two halves. You got the piano and the strings, and there's one of the songs. I don't know whether anyone else does this, but you maybe got either your missus or you've got friends that you'll maybe get a bit pissed and go, let's put that song on. I've got a lot of those songs with a lot of different people, but this one in particular is one of my friends. We'll get pissed. We'll listen to this. We'll listen to "Hurt" by Johnny Cash, and just these like really sort of profound, deep songs that aren't, they're not there to be cool, they're not there to do anything in particular, they're there to just make you feel something that you're not even quite sure what it is that you're feeling, and it's good, man. It's like forcing yourself to feel sad to feel happy. Maybe all we need is to feel something, I don't know, but it's a weird thing, that, isn't it? Especially with something like "Hurt" by Johnny Cash. I'd put this is kind of the song next to it for us. You listen to it because it just feels so, like, I don't know, deep, protruded. It protrudes your soul, doesn't it? It makes you feel something different, really different. And this song always does it for me, and that's why I'm going to put it at the top. If you disagree, tell me. But I think it's amazing. And I know there's loads of covers of this as well, but I just couldn't find it. I think Nina Simone does a cover, but Nina Simone does a cover of everything. I'm sure you could find, Year 3000 by Busted, Nina Simone. In the year 3000. I don't know. Do you even sing like that? Okay, last one is Davy The Fat Boy. Davy The Fat Boy's fun. I was going to play a little bit of this one as well because it's cool. I just turn the mic down. Don't break your ears. Okay. Man, that's too loud. It's just far too loud. So that's the little like fun bit. But what's good about it is that you got this. Davy The Fat Boy is just an interesting song. I think it's a great way to end the album. So you've got this big moment at the start. I've been his friend, boom, boom, since we were little babies. And you're thinking, wow, that's well dramatic. What's going on here? I was a comfort to his mother, do-do-do, and a pal to his dad, do-do-do-do. And then before they passed away, please take care of our Davy. You may be the only friend he ever will have. And you're thinking, oh, whoa, this has gone down a notch, hasn't it? And it goes to this like quirky little riff. And it turns out that he's completely gone against what the parents want, and he's taking like advantage of the fat kid, you know. Davy the Fat Boy, Davy the Fat Boy, isn't he round? Isn't he round? And then he takes him to a carnival and he's showing him off, you know, he's making money out of this fat kid now. Can you guess what he weighed, folks? Can you guess what he weighed? It's only a quarter. With a teddy bear for the girlfriend or something for the wife, you got to let this fat boy in your life. I think we can persuade him to do the fat boy dance for you, etc, etc. But again, it's hilarious. It's Randy Newman being like, oh, I got a well stupid, silly story here. And it might be rooted in some truth somewhere. You might have read this somewhere and thought it was funny. I can imagine this being in a piece of literature. But, you know, this kid with massive overweight issues is being bedbound for most of his life, and his parents are like, you know, you've come into our life and you've looked after all of us, and we're really grateful for you. And it's like this guy, the protagonist of the story, is or the guy we're following maybe, is not in fact there to look after anyone. He's been waiting for the parents to die so he can go and make money off the kids. It takes him on this, like, you know, freak show carnival tour of America and of the US, and makes money out of people guessing how much he weighs and stuff. With a teddy bear for a girlfriend or something for the wife, you got to let this fat boy in your life. It's so funny. I think it's a great song. It's one of my favourites, and I think it also slaps. Maybe not as much as Cowboy. Yeah, I think that makes sense. And that is the tier list. That is the Randy Newman tier list. I don't think I've been as on it today as usual. I'm running out of fucking books is the reason why. I have no damn books. So I found a little notepad in the back of my wardrobe that I could write on, but it's not enough really because it's only small. It's only a small one. And I used up like 8 pages to just go through this, which isn't, you know, I want to have just 2 or 3 big pages of notes that I can quickly look at. But that's that. I mean, if you're here watching this, you know that this is a great album. I maybe not done it justice today. I'm a bit tired after work, but I think it's a great album. We'll do one more run through, as we always do, our final synopsis. I think It's Gonna Rain Today is amazing. It's split up into these 2 parts. They're equally as emotional as each other. You've got the one with the piano where Randy Newman's very intimate with you as a singer, and he's just trying to tell this like story of how he feels or how the protagonist feels. And then it goes into the strings bit, which is it's just lovely. It's everything about the second half of the song is just beautiful. You go into what one is that? Living Without You, which is great. You got to hear my little cover of it, which I enjoyed playing. I don't care if you think it was shit. I like it. Well, I'd have to look at the levels on the audio for that one because it might have not been it might have been a bit too loud, baby. But Living Without You is amazing. I mean, the painting the picture through the lyrics of where he is and how he feels, and then the instrumentation is great, and the way that I think I'd put Van Dyke Parks a lot. I'd give him a lot of credit for the way that this album sounds. I wouldn't give him 50% on that. I don't think it's 50% Randy, 50% Van Dyke. It may well could be. But I think, you know, maybe a 60-40 split on the way this album sounds has to be down to Randy and Van Dyke. And I can't imagine being the engineer in that studio working with those two. It would have blew my mind. I would have been absolutely over the moon. And saying that, look at the amount of people that play instruments on this album. There was something I wanted to mention before, actually. But look at that. That's insane. You know, Van Dyke Park's maybe like 30. Randy Newman's like 25. And they've got this many like people that they can get hold of. These many contacts in the industry that they can just jump on and talk to. And say, yeah, do you want to do this? You want to do that on the song and that? Amazing. So many people. And Larry Knechtel. Larry Knechtel. What does he pay on then? That's cool. Larry Knechtel is the guy who does the piano in Bridge Over Troubled Water on that song on that album. Amazing. So Larry Knechtel worked with Randy Newman. That's great. That's amazing. I should just mention that now. I only just realised that now. Sorry. That's really cool. Okay. Yeah. That song's really good. Love Story. What a great opener. It's like your first song you listen to of Randy Newman's sort of career as a singer and on his own songs, as a performing his own songs, and it's really, really good. It's just really good. Violin and a tenor who can sing. Cowboy's really good. I mean, we talked about what, maybe the idea behind it is and what it means, but it could mean both. I mean, it could just be about a cowboy straight up, or it could be about the idea of isolation and feeling that that you don't belong, because the world's changing around you, which it always is. It is, isn't it? And I'm at the ripe old age of 29 now, and I starting to feel a little bit out of place with the way that the world's going. Or what the fuck is TikTok? Quite honestly, what the fuck is TikTok? I know adults that are on TikTok. I've got friends, in inverted commas, that are on TikTok every night. I'm just like, what are you doing? It's like, firstly, I mean, from what I understand of it, it's for like 9 to 14-year-old girls, but also it's not for them at the same time. So it's like the platform is supposed to be for kids, but it's also like quite a sexually charged platform that shouldn't be for kids, although nothing is actually really done about it, which is an issue, quite frankly. But I don't know enough about it to talk about it at any length. Moving on to the tier list. Talk shit on the tier list. Davy The Fat Boy's hilarious. Just spoken about it. Not much more to say about that. It's just hilarious, isn't it? It's just a funny story, and it's really well done as a song. Linda, I feel bad that it's that far down now. I think Linda needs to be here above Cowboy. No, that's me just being silly. No, because I don't know. This is hard now. We're talking about Rocky Raccoon being amazing, and Rocky Raccoon was the top song on the album. I think I need to put it here, Linda. No, because it's not better than Love Story. It's there. Okay, that's the final place for it. That's where it ends. Right, okay. Linda's really good because it's very well themed. But the reason that Rocky Raccoon was so high up on Abbey Road is because it was the most themed song on the album. Whereas there are a lot of songs here that are very themed. Love Story is so well themed. Living Without You is so well themed. So, maybe that belongs where it is. And that's fine. I think He's Hiding's a really interesting song. I always really enjoy it. It's definitely about God. So Long Dad is really good. Just, again, a little moment between a father and a son. And even though there's only so many lyrics in the song, I think you can pull so much from it. There's so many different ideas that you can actually think about, and that's what's good about it. It's a good song that makes you think about things. Laughing Boy goes in filler now for me. I think it's top filler, just because. Why have I done that? I don't know, it just feels right that it's in filler. Maybe it's not long enough for me. How long is it? I'm going to guess 2 minutes 4. 1:55, so it's under 2 minutes. Beehive State's less. Quite a short album though, isn't it? Really? Like, how long is the album? Not even half an hour. So, my initial thought was to put it down there because it's too short, but all the songs are quite short. Laughing Boy, keep moving. I don't know, it's interesting, isn't it? Maybe it's not filler. But then if that's not filler, no, I'll leave it. No, it's bottom banger. It's a good song, isn't it? It's a good song. This is the only filler, even though it's a good song. Yeah. Okay. Right, so now we've swapped it around. I mean, Beehive State is well good, isn't it? It's a really cool little story about, some sort of like, mayoral rally. and there's been questions asked by the crowd, been answers given by the mayoral candidates, and it's just a fun song about a town that in need. And, you know, it's a little bit of fun at the end when they're going, you know, America needs to know that we're here, quite frankly, because it doesn't seem like they do. It's good. It's a good little song. Okay, back to Laughing Boy, because we moved it. Yeah, Laughing Boy's good. I don't know what it's about. I like to know what my songs are about, but I suppose you don't really need to know, do you? It just sounds good, and it is clever. It is a clever song. It's got these really, like, at the front end and the back end of the song, you've got these really interesting moments, and then in the middle is just a very kind of like a normal piano and strings piece. Good. Better No One Ever Heard This Bad. I don't think it belongs on this album with these songs. I think it belongs on 12 songs or with Beehive State, and possibly I think he's hiding. But I think this is the point: is that Randy Newman had these songs lined up, and he was going, yeah. He may be putting together these ideas now for an album. And then he kind of took all the other songs that he'd written for other people over the last year or so. Because a lot of these were released in the same year. They were released in like 1966, I think. Or 1967. I think it's 1967 that all these songs that he'd penned for other people were released as singles. Which makes sense because this came out in 1968. Start of 1968. So, you know, it kind of... And this is what's weird. I don't know why it has this album cover. Let's just open that quickly. Doesn't look like him. I'm glad he changed to the other album cover, which you'll see on the thumbnail of the video. The other album cover is awesome. But yeah, tell me what you think. Tell me what you think in the comments. Been a fun one. Had the good one with this. What are we gonna do after Randy Newman? I don't know. Don't know what we're gonna do after Randy Newman. I've got a bit of music stuff coming up that I want to try and focus on a bit. So maybe, I mean, this is music stuff also, but I want to do a bit of music stuff, do a bit of recording, and see if anything happens with that. But I'll come back to a tier list. Maybe do a tier list next week, or maybe at the end of this week. I've got Thursday off this week. Got a bit of a rota issue, so I've got Thursday off. Then I've got Saturday, Sunday off. So I might have the energy on a Saturday to do something. We'll think about it. Like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe. I mean, it's not even out of like a case of growing my channel anymore. It's a point of principle. Like, I've done 5 of these. I've had over, I think, 100 views across all 4 of the first videos. Not one person's liked or subscribed. Get your arse in gear. Putting effort in here. Broke my guitar. If I wasn't doing this, I wouldn't have broke my damn guitar. I would have still had a nice working guitar. It deserves a subscribe and a like, if anything. Yeah, and we'll come back next week. I just jump back on a Beatles one. I mean, that's what we've been doing, isn't it? We did Beatles, Simon Garfunkel, Beatles, Beach Boys. Or was it? I'm just gonna do another Beatles. Who cares? I'll probably do Sergeant Pepper. I have a lot to talk about with Sergeant Pepper. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Take care.